Yes guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson football channel for your Chelsea versus Arsenal preview, or Arsenal versus Chelsea. I'm sorry there's been no Chelsea news either yesterday or today. If you follow me on Twitter and Instagram, then you'll know we had a bit of an incident. My house got burgled into and a load of my girlfriend and I's stuff was stolen. It's been a bit of a ball ache in Indonesia if someone breaks into your house. It's not like in the UK or somewhere else where you go to the police and then they start an investigation to try and solve you the problem. It's more like I've been watching Sherlock Holmes on Netflix and I should watch it a little closer so that I can be the detective to find out what's going on. So been trying to deal with all of that stuff, trying to keep calm. It's not nice when someone comes in your house, takes a load of your stuff, the expensive stuff, and yeah, here we go. So we're sat here in the car now with the phone, making today's video. Chelsea and Arsenal. If there is one thing that could make this week better for me, it would be 3 points at the Emirates. Romelu Lukaku set to make his Chelsea debut. It's kind of written, this one, for Chelsea. Everybody is looking at this one with the way Chelsea played last week compared to the way that Arsenal played last week. And a lot of people are looking at this game against Arsenal as a Chelsea should really go there as massive favourites. And if you look at the bookies, Chelsea are massive favourites. Chelsea should go and absolutely wipe Arsenal off of their own floor at the Emirates, the carpet as they like to bloody call it, or whatever it is. But I don't believe it's going to be that simple. I do believe that Chelsea have a far better squad than Arsenal, have far better players, and are playing far better than Arsenal. However, Arsenal know that even though they know they're not very good, as long as they turn up against Chelsea, then even if they draw 2-2, they can shout about the goal for a couple of years. So with that being said, I expect Arsenal to give us a really good game. They've got to up the ante to what they did last week against Brentford, because when you watch that, for me it was the absolute epitome of everything that's gone wrong at Arsenal. And it's also, in a way, not even a surprise anymore. You know, I don't think Mikel Arteta has ever been, or could ever have been even considered as a top manager just because he played and learned, not played, just because he learned and was managing underneath Pep Guardiola at Manchester City. Arsenal, as much as I don't like them and as much as I love to joke about Arsenal, Arsenal are a big club and they deserve a lot better than what they have right now. And it isn't just what's going on at the top of the club within the hierarchy where most Arsenal fans would like to see the owners leave. It's also what's going on the pitch. And I think they've definitely got good enough players to be doing a lot better than they A, did last season, and B, what we saw last week against Brentford. So gonna have to keep this video short and sweet today because I really can't spend too much time making vids because I've got to deal with all of this other stuff going on. And we've also got Dogginston Sasquatch sat there asleep on the other side of me, so I'm going to keep him napping. By keep talking, we're going to build my Chelsea starting 11 for this trip to the Emirates. And of course, we begin with the goalkeeper, Edouard Mendy, always keeping his place. I think I saw it's like 26 clean sheets in 46 games as a Chelsea goalkeeper, which is an incredible figure. It's more than a clean sheet every other game. Defensively, we look so solid. And I think Mendy is, obviously, a lot of people have said, you know, over the time he's been at Chelsea, that maybe he's not like a top-class goalkeeper or a world-class goalkeeper. And I'm starting to think now that that argument doesn't really have any legs. I honestly believe that Edouard Mendy is up there as one of the best goalkeepers in the world. He is absolutely destined to win UEFA's Goalkeeper of the Year because, obviously, he only conceded 4 goals and won the Champions League. It's an absolutely stupendous statistic. But Edouard Mendy is the goalkeeper. Moving in to a centre-back 3. I love doing this because we see the quality in this Chelsea team, and I have kept Trevor Chalobah in the team. I think the way he's played, the fact it's now confirmed that he'll be staying at Chelsea this season, which I'm absolutely buzzing about, by the way. It would have been in a Chelsea news video either earlier today or yesterday, but it is massive news regarding Trev. And I think based off of the meritocracy that I believe, that Thomas Tuchel believes in as well at this moment where he's still trying to figure out his best team, Trevor Chalobah cannot lose his place. So Trevor starts on the right, Christensen continues in the middle. We've seen Thiago Silva in training a lot more this week. It looks as though he's building back up to match fitness, but I just wonder if maybe this game at the Emirates could be a little bit too soon for him in terms of the magnitude of the tie, in terms of the way that Arsenal will like to try and dominate the possession. I think Thiago Silva's first start back should probably be something where Chelsea are at home and will dominate a lot of the ball from the back. So maybe that won't happen against Arsenal, even though I think we'll win. Thiago Silva misses out, Christensen remains in the middle, and Tony Rudiger on the left-hand side of that centre-back three, as I almost dropped the phone there, I apologise. But that back three is so strong. And Azpilicueta is the man to drop out in this situation. And I said it before, as much as I love Azpi, and I will absolutely always back Azpilicueta as our captain because he's won it all with us. However, I will say this season, I do believe there will be games where there'll be surprises, and those surprise seclusions from the squad could be Azpi. And I think after Trevor Chalobah's recent displays, the fact that Thomas Tuchel has gone out of his way this week to say to Trevor, you are part of my plans for this season, I want you to stay at Chelsea, and now the club's going to offer him a new contract, this could be one of those statement pieces from Thomas Tuchel where he gives Trevor the nod ahead of the captain. If Azpi starts, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to be upset about it. I won't be disappointed. Like I said, he's still got a lot to offer. He's our captain, he's a European champion, and I love him. But I think today he won't start, and I think Reece James and Ben Chilwell will be back in the wing-back positions. Maybe it's still too soon for Reece, but I believe that Reece James will be back. I think he'll be itching and ready to go. Obviously, when, the last competitive game he was a part of was for England in the final when you lost. Being a winner at Chelsea, Reece James is going to want to get back out on that pitch and play and win matches for Chelsea Football Club. And I think the way that we saw Arsenal just capitulate last week when it came to defending, especially defending crosses, I think Reece James will have an absolute field day. Kieran Tierney is a decent fullback, but Reece James is on another level, and I expect him to bully the Scotsman down that right-hand side for Chelsea. Ben Chilwell as well, even though Alonso last week, it's almost like, is he really able to be dropped at this point after scoring the free kick and putting in a wonderful performance at home to Palace? But I think even Alonso will know that when Ben Chilwell is fit, he's more likely to start. And I think even though Alonso's clearly in very good form, I think Chilwell comes back in for this game at the Emirates. Although Alonso, London derbies, big games, he's got goal written all over it. So I think the Chilwell inclusion could be one that I do get wrong, but nonetheless, that is the team that I've gone for. Moving in to the centre of the midfield, N'Golo Kante. I hope he's back. Kovacic I thought was good last week, but again, second half, there was just a lot of misplaced passes. I thought he was very good. I mean, in the Super Cup game, there was misplaced passes. Against Crystal Palace, Kovacic was excellent, but Kante comes back for me alongside Jorginho. Jorginho and Kante. I think this season, if these two can really build their rhythm together, I think Chelsea win the Premier League. I said it in the video a couple of weeks ago. Jorginho and N'Golo Kante together is, for oppositions, a demonic partnership. You look at that, and there is so much tenacity in there, so much smartness. I'm really struggling today to actually come round to doing these videos. I'm a bit shook up still, so smartness is probably not the word I was going for, but it kind of works, But without any further ado, we're going to wrap this up by moving into my front three, and I'm going to throw it straight out there, put the gauntlet down. This is what I think is going to happen today. I haven't got Kai Havertz in the starting 11, which you're going to think is absolutely bonkers. I was choosing between Mount, Werner, Lukaku and Mount, Havertz, Lukaku. And part of me was thinking, Mount, Havertz, Lukaku, yeah, of course. And then Timo Werner comes off the bench to run Arsenal ragged in the last 30 minutes. But then I also thought, Thomas Tuchel, in a London derby, is going to want to make a statement. And I think the biggest statement that we could see from Chelsea this weekend, and this is why I really want to see this starting 11, is Timo Werner partnering Romelu Lukaku up front. I think the two of them together are the perfect mix that will enable each other to be better. I think Werner will get the best out of Lukaku, and I think Lukaku is exactly the kind of player that will get the best out of Timo Werner. I'm so excited for this game against Arsenal. The entire week I've been saying Chelsea are going to win, and I'm never really a pessimist, but after my last 24 hours I've kind of got a bit of pessimism in my mind. But that's a load of nonsense. You can rob my house, you can steal my stuff and all my girlfriend's stuff, but you cannot take away the Chelsea and the positivity that comes with being the European champions. So, with that being said, Chelsea will go to the Emirates comfortably, winning by 4 goals-0. I think we're going to absolutely steamroll them this weekend. Chelsea 4-0, Lukaku brace, Werner with 1, and Kai Havertz with 1 off the bench. Let me know what you think of that in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for all the support. And again, apologies we didn't get a video in the last 2 days, but I'm sure that you can understand why. Chelsea versus Arsenal. Let me know your predictions, and I'll see you all later. Come on, you Blues.